Your unauthorized access was a serious breach, Mr. Thompson.
I was retrieving what is rightfully mine, Mr. Harlan.
The word hit the room before Malik could brace for it. Slow. Not shouted. Not joked. Said clean. Said sharp. Malik froze with a folder in his hands. The office lights hummed. Someone's chair creaked. Then nothing. His manager, Mr. Harlan, didn't raise his voice. He never did when he wanted control. You heard me, Harlan said. Deadlines don't care about excuses. Malik felt the burn in his leg flare. The brace under his pants dug into skin that never stopped aching. He adjusted his stance, careful. Always careful. I'm moving as fast as I can, Malik said. We talked about this. Harlan's mouth twitched. We talked about performance. A few heads turned. Most didn't. Silence spread like a warning. Malik tasted metal in his mouth. He could feel it coming. That moment where things tipped. You approved my accommodation, Malik said. Harlan stepped closer. Too close. I approved effort. Not weakness. That line cut. Deep. Malik's chest tightened. He scanned the room. Desks. Screens. People who knew. People who stayed quiet. Are you saying I'm a problem? Malik asked. Harlan leaned in, voice low. I'm saying you're being watched. A notification chimed on Malik's computer. New message. From management. He looked at the screen, then back at Harlan, and realized this wasn't just about being called slow. It was about being pushed out. Malik felt the room tighten when the word hit him. Slow. It was not loud. It did not need to be. Mr. Harlan stood near the glass wall, arms folded, eyes flat. Everyone heard it. Keyboards paused. Chairs stopped moving. I said the report was due, Harlan said. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Malik shifted his weight. His leg burned. The brace pressed hard under his pants. I'm working through it, Malik said. Like we agreed. Harlan smiled. It never reached his eyes. We agreed you would keep up. Malik looked around. No one spoke. You know I have a file, Malik said. HR cleared it. Harlan stepped closer. Too close. I know you have excuses. That word cut deeper than the pain. Malik felt heat in his face. He kept his voice low. It's a medical injury. Harlan laughed once. Everyone has something. A phone buzzed. Someone coughed. The room stayed silent. Go faster, Harlan said. Or go home. Malik's hands shook. He hated that part most. He thought about the accident. The metal. The sirens. The months learning how to stand again. He thought about the papers he signed. The promises made. I can't, Malik said. Not like that. Harlan tilted his head. Then maybe this isn't the place for you. Malik felt the threat land. Are you firing me? Malik asked. Harlan's smile widened. I'm documenting performance. That word. Documenting. Malik saw the future in it. Warnings. Meetings. Quiet removal. Across the room, Jenna watched. Her eyes moved from Malik's leg to Harlan's face. She looked away fast. You should be grateful, Harlan said. We gave you a chance. Malik swallowed. I earned this job. Harlan's voice dropped. Careful. The glass wall reflected them both. One standing tall. One trying not to fall. Get back to work, Harlan said. Malik turned. Each step hurt. He felt every eye on his back. At his desk, his screen blinked with a new message. Subject, performance review. His chest tightened. He opened it. The words blurred. Failure to meet pace. Team impact. Concerns. No mention of injury. No mention of clearance. Malik's phone vibrated. A text from his sister. You okay? He did not reply. Behind him, footsteps stopped. Harlan's voice came again, soft now. One more thing. Malik turned. Harlan held up his phone. Recording light on. Say it again, Harlan said. That you can't keep up. Malik stared at the light. The room held its breath. Malik did not sleep that night. Every time he closed his eyes, he saw the red recording light on Harlan's phone. Steady. Unblinking. Like an eye that never looked away. At 6:12 a.m., Malik sat at his kitchen table with his laptop open. Coffee cold. Legs stiff. Pain already awake. He opened the folder he hated most. Medical documentation. PDFs stacked like proof he kept having to reprove. Doctor's notes. MRI reports, physical therapy summaries, and the email, the one HR sent 6 months ago. Approved accommodation, adjusted pace, seated breaks, modified deadlines. Malik read it again. Then again. They cleared you, Malik said out loud just to hear it. They cleared you. His phone buzzed. Unknown number. He stared at it. Let it stop. Another buzz. This time an email. From HR operations. Subject, schedule review. His chest tightened. He clicked. We are reevaluating current accommodations to ensure alignment with operational needs. Reevaluating. That word felt slippery, like a door half closing. Malik typed back fast. I have an approved medical accommodation. Please clarify what has changed. The typing bubble appeared. Disappeared. No reply. At work, the office felt colder. Harlan was already there. Standing. Watching. Morning, Harlan said. Malik nodded. Morning. You walk slower when you're nervous, Harlan added. Malik stopped. That's not. Just an observation, Harlan said. Relax. People heard. Again. Malik sat down. Opened his email. Still nothing. At 9:47 a.m., HR finally replied. We need to confirm whether the accommodation is still necessary. Malik stared at the screen. Necessary. He stood up and walked to HR. The hallway felt long. Too bright. Too quiet. Angela from HR looked up when he entered. Smile ready. Eyes tired. Hey Malik, she said. Have a seat. I don't want to sit, Malik said. I want to understand. She gestured anyway. He sat. You approved my accommodation, Malik said. Nothing changed. Angela folded her hands. Management raised concerns. About my speed, Malik said. About productivity, she corrected. That's the same thing, Malik said. You know that. Angela sighed. They feel it's impacting the team. Malik leaned forward. Did you read the file? She hesitated. Just a beat. I'm aware of it, she said. That's not what I asked, Malik said. Angela looked at the door. Lowered her voice. They say you're resistant. Resistant to what? Malik asked. Feedback. Malik laughed once. It came out sharp. So now I'm slow and difficult? Angela did not answer. Let me ask you something, Malik said. If I was injured on the job, would this be happening? Angela's lips pressed together. And if I wasn't black, Malik added quieter. Angela's eyes flicked up. That's not. Just answer, Malik said. She didn't. That was the answer. Your accommodation isn't being removed, Angela said quickly. We're just reviewing. For how long? Malik asked. She shrugged. No timeline. Malik stood. His leg protested. He ignored it. This is retaliation, he said. Angela flinched. Be careful with that word. Malik smiled without humor. I learned it here. Back on the floor, Harlan waited like he knew. How'd HR go? He asked. They're reviewing, Malik said. Harlan nodded. Good. Why? Malik asked. Because fairness matters, Harlan said. Everyone should be held to the same standard. That standard doesn't fit my body, Malik said. Harlan leaned in. Then your body is the issue. The words hit harder than Malik expected. You can't say that, Malik said. I can say facts, Harlan replied. And I can document them. He tapped his pocket. Phone inside. Malik felt something shift. Fear turned sharper. Cleaner. You want me gone, Malik said. Harlan smiled. I want results. At noon, Malik found a note on his desk. Mandatory meeting. 3 p.m. Conference Room B. No sender. Jenna passed by. Slowed. Whispered. You should be careful. Malik looked up. About what? She swallowed. They did this to someone before. Who? Malik asked. She shook her head. He left. Was he slow? Malik asked. Jenna didn't answer. She walked away. At 2:59 p.m., Malik stood outside Conference Room B. Through the glass, he saw Harlan, Angela, and someone he didn't recognize. Security. Malik's phone buzzed. Email. HR operations. Subject. Temporary adjustment. He opened it. Effective immediately, your modified schedule is suspended pending review. Malik's hand tightened around the phone. The door opened. Harlan smiled. Come in. Malik stepped forward and realized the file that was supposed to protect him was being used against him. Conference room B smelled like stale coffee and plastic chairs. Malik felt it the second he stepped inside. Harlan sat at the head of the table. Angela from HR was to his right. The man Malik didn't recognize stood near the wall, arms crossed. Security. Not introduced. Not invited either. Have a seat, Harlan said. Malik stayed standing. Why is security here? The man didn't move. Just protocol, Angela said quickly. Please, Malik. Malik sat. His legs stiffened as he lowered himself. Pain flashed sharp and familiar. He kept his face still. Harlan clasped his hands. Calm. Prepared. This is about your tone, Harlan said. Malik blinked. My what? Your tone, Harlan repeated. You've been confrontational. Malik looked at Angela. I asked questions. Harlan nodded. Exactly. That's not confrontation, Malik said. That's communication. Harlan smiled like he was explaining something simple. It's about how it makes people feel. Malik felt heat rise in his chest. So now feelings matter more than facts? Angela leaned forward. We just want to de-escalate. De-escalate what? Malik asked. I haven't raised my voice once. Harlan tilted his head. Your body language says otherwise. Malik looked down at himself. Hands on the table. Shoulders tight. Leg extended to ease the pain. This, Malik said. This is pain. Harlan shrugged. It reads as hostility. The word landed heavy. Malik laughed under his breath. So when I'm quiet, I'm disengaged. When I speak, I'm aggressive. No one said aggressive, Angela said. Harlan did not correct her. Malik turned to the security guard. Do I look like a threat to you? The man's jaw tightened. He didn't answer. That's silence. Malik said. That's the problem. Harlan cleared his throat. Let's stay professional. Malik leaned back. The chair creaked. Every sound felt loud. You suspended my accommodation, Malik said. Without notice. Temporarily, Angela said. Pending review. Which means I fail by default, Malik said. You know that. Harlan spread his hands. We're giving you an opportunity to show improvement. On a body you already know can't do that, Malik said. Harlan's smile faded. Careful with your tone. There it was again. Malik felt the trap closing. You're asking me to pretend I'm not injured, Malik said. And punishing me when I can't. Harlan's voice sharpened. We're asking you to meet expectations. Whose? Malik asked. The company's. And who decided those expectations? Malik asked. You. Harlan leaned forward. This is exactly what I mean. Angela jumped in. Malik, this meeting is about alignment. Alignment with what? Malik said. Because it's not policy. She hesitated. Papers rustled. Let's reset, Harlan said. From this moment on, we need cooperation. Malik nodded slowly. I've been cooperating. No, Harlan said. You've been defensive. Malik felt his heart pound. He kept his voice low. Measured. Careful. Defensive is what happens when someone feels targeted, Malik said. Harlan glanced at the security guard. Then back. No one is targeting you, Harlan said. You're not special. Malik felt the weight of that sentence. Not special. Just another problem. Then why am I the only one in this room? Malik asked. Why not the others who miss deadlines? Harlan's eyes narrowed. We're not discussing other employees. Because they don't look like me, Malik said. The room went still. Angela inhaled sharply. Malik. Harlan raised a hand. There it is. There what? Malik asked. That card, Harlan said. The race card. The word hit harder than any insult. Malik's hands curled into fists. He forced them open. I didn't bring race into this, Malik said. You did. When you treated my body like a flaw. Harlan stood up. The chair scraped loudly. Watch your tone, he said. The security guard shifted his weight. Closer now. Malik felt it. The threat without words. Are you asking me to leave? Malik asked. Not yet, Harlan said. But this meeting is being documented. Angela looked down. Typed. Let the record show, Malik said, voice steady, that I am being disciplined for asking for the accommodation you approved. Harlan smirked. Let the record show you are being counseled for attitude. Malik stared at him. That's not measurable. Neither is pain, Harlan replied. Something cracked inside Malik. Not loud. Quiet. So what do you want? Malik asked. Harlan sat back down, relaxed again. I want you to acknowledge, he said, that your tone has been inappropriate. Malik felt the room tilt. You want me to apologize, Malik said. I want you to take responsibility, Harlan said. For what? Malik asked. For how you make people uncomfortable, Harlan said. Malik thought of every time he'd lowered his voice. Smiled. Let things slide. I won't lie, Malik said. Harlan's smile vanished. Then we have a problem, Harlan said. Angela's fingers paused over the keyboard. The security guard straightened. Harlan folded his hands. We may need to escalate. Malik felt his pulse in his ears. Escalate to what? Malik asked. Harlan didn't answer right away. He looked at Angela, then at the guard. Let's call it a wellness concern, Harlan said. Just to be safe. Malik's breath caught. You can't do that. Harlan smiled again. Cold this time. Watch your tone, he said. The guard reached for his radio. And Malik realized the meeting was never about tone. It was about control. The email confirmation arrived before Malik even made it home. Complaint received. Reference number 7742A. No warmth. No reassurance. Just a number. Malik sat on the edge of his bed, phone in his hand, legs stretched out to ease the ache. The room was dark except for the glow of the screen. His heart was still racing from the meeting, from the word wellness, from the way the guard's hand had hovered near his radio. He typed slowly, carefully. This complaint is about discrimination, retaliation, and the suspension of a documented medical accommodation. He attached the files. Doctor's notes. HR approvals. Emails from Harlan. The performance review. He hesitated, then added one more thing. A hostile work environment created through coded language, intimidation, and abuse of authority. He hit send. The silence afterward felt heavy. The next morning, the office buzzed with a strange energy. Quieter than usual. People avoided Malik's eyes. Some looked at him too long, then looked away fast. Harlan didn't speak to him. That was worse. At 10:03 a.m., Angela stopped by Malik's desk. HR needs to speak with you, she said. Her voice was flat. Professional. Safer that way. In the HR office, two new faces waited. A man in a gray suit. A woman with a tablet. Neither smiled. This is an internal review, the man said. We're neutral. Malik nodded. I'm not. The woman glanced up. We'll need you to walk us through your concerns. Malik took a breath. It started when I was called slow. The man raised a hand. Let's avoid loaded language. Malik blinked. That's a direct quote. The woman typed. Continue. Malik explained the injury. The accommodation. The suspension. The meeting. The word tone used like a weapon. They said my body was the issue, Malik said. The man frowned. Did they use those exact words? Yes, Malik said. Mr. Harlan did. The man wrote something down. Slowly. What outcome are you seeking? The woman asked. Malik thought for a moment. I want my accommodation restored. I want the retaliation to stop. And, she asked. And I want it on record, Malik said, that this is not about performance. They exchanged a look. We'll investigate, the man said. These things take time. How much time? Malik asked. There's no set timeline. That phrase again. When Malik returned to his desk, a calendar invite waited. Meeting, operations alignment attendees. Harlan HR legal. Legal. His stomach dropped. Jenna passed by again. Slower this time. You filed, she whispered. Yes, Malik said. She nodded. Good. Why? Malik asked. She hesitated. Because they always say no one complained. Before Malik could respond, Harlan's voice cut through the floor. Malik. My office. The room stilled. Inside, Harlan closed the door gently. Too gently. I hear you filed a report, Harlan said. Yes, Malik said. Harlan leaned against the desk. That was a mistake. Malik felt anger rise. He held it down. It was necessary, Malik said. Harlan sighed. This puts everyone in a difficult position. Only if there's something to hide, Malik said. Harlan's eyes hardened. You need to think about your future here. Malik crossed his arms. I am. Harlan stepped closer. Complaints follow people. So does discrimination, Malik replied. Harlan smiled thinly. You're proving my point about tone. Malik felt the familiar pressure. The push to shrink. To back down. I'm done being quiet, Malik said. Harlan straightened. Then let's be clear. He slid a paper across the desk. Performance improvement plan. 30 days. Increased benchmarks. No mention of injury. This ignores my accommodation, Malik said. Harlan shrugged. It's standard. It's illegal, Malik said. Harlan's smile didn't move. That's for legal to decide. At lunch, Malik sat alone. He barely ate. His phone buzzed. A message from an unknown contact. I saw what happened in the meeting last week. You're not crazy. Another message followed. They did this to Marcus. HR buried it. Malik typed back. Can you talk? 3 dots appeared. Then vanished. At 2:15 p.m., an email went out company-wide. Subject, Malik Thompson, temporary leave. Malik stared at the screen. Temporary. Unpaid. Pending investigation. He stood up slowly. His legs screamed. He ignored it. Angela approached. This is procedural. Procedural for who? Malik asked. For everyone, she said. Malik looked around. Faces. Fear. Silence. He packed his bag. Each movement felt heavy. At the door, Jenna caught his eye. Her lips trembled. I'm sorry, she whispered. Malik nodded. Don't be. As he stepped into the hallway, 2 uniformed officers stood near the elevator. Not talking. Just waiting. One of them looked at Malik's leg. Then at his face. Sir, the officer said, hand resting near his belt. We just need to ask you a few questions. Malik stopped walking. The report had not protected him. It had escalated everything. The hallway felt narrower with the officers standing there. 2 of them. Dark uniforms. Hands near their belts. Calm faces that didn't feel calm at all. We just need to talk, the taller officer said. Shouldn't take long. Malik kept his hands visible. He remembered that without trying. What is this about? Malik asked. Just a wellness check, the shorter officer said. Your employer had concerns. Concerns. Malik felt his stomach drop. He glanced back toward the office floor. Glass walls. Familiar desks. People pretending not to see. I'm fine, Malik said. I'm leaving. The taller officer nodded slowly. We hear that a lot. Malik stiffened. Hear what? That people are fine, the officer said. When they're not. This is retaliation, Malik said. You shouldn't be here. The shorter officer tilted his head. Sir, let's keep this easy. Easy. Another word that never was. Did I break a law? Malik asked. No, the taller officer said. Then why are you blocking the elevator? Malik asked. The officer shifted slightly. Just enough. We'd like you to step outside, he said. Malik felt heat rise in his chest. His leg throbbed. He thought about the meeting. The word tone. The security guard. The way wellness had been used like a trigger. I'm not a threat, Malik said. The shorter officer glanced at Malik's leg brace. His eyes lingered there. No one said you were, he said. Let's just talk where it's quieter. Malik laughed once. It came out tight. It's plenty quiet. A door opened behind them. Harlan stepped into the hallway. Officers, Harlan said warmly. Thank you for coming. Malik turned. You called them? Harlan spread his hands. We were worried about you. Because I filed a complaint? Malik asked. Because you've been emotional, Harlan said. The taller officer looked between them. Sir, he said to Malik, did you express thoughts of harming yourself or others? No, Malik said immediately. Harlan tilted his head. He's been under a lot of stress. Malik stared at him. Don't do that. The shorter officer raised a hand. Let's slow this down. Malik's jaw tightened. Don't tell me to slow down. The officer paused. Looked at Malik more closely. We just want to make sure everyone's safe, the taller officer said. I am safe, Malik said. You're not making me safer. People gathered near the glass walls now. Phones out of sight. Eyes watching. This doesn't need to be a scene, Harlan said quietly. Malik laughed again. Louder this time. You made it one. The taller officer shifted his stance. Sir, please lower your voice. Malik took a breath. Forced it down. I'm calm, he said. I'm asking for my rights. The shorter officer nodded. Okay. Then step outside with us. Malik shook his head. No. Silence snapped tight. Why not? The taller officer asked. Because I know how this goes, Malik said. You isolate me. You write things down. You decide I'm unstable. That's not fair, the officer said. Neither is this, Malik replied. Harlan stepped closer. Malik, you're escalating. Malik turned on him. You escalated when you called them. Harlan's voice dropped. We're trying to help you. Help who? Malik asked. Angela appeared at the end of the hallway. Her face pale. Malik, she said softly. Please. Malik looked at her. Did you approve this? She hesitated. That pause said everything. The taller officer cleared his throat. Sir, if you refuse, we may have to document non-compliance. Malik felt his pulse spike. Non-compliance with what? A lawful request, the officer said. What law? Malik asked. The officer didn't answer right away. Harlan smiled. Just barely. Malik felt trapped between walls that looked like glass, but felt like steel. A phone buzzed somewhere. Someone whispered. Look, the shorter officer said, lowering his voice. We don't want trouble. Then leave, Malik said. The officer sighed. We can't. Malik's leg spasmed. He shifted his weight. The movement was small, but both officers noticed. Easy, the taller one said, hand hovering. Malik froze. Don't. Hands where I can see them, the officer said. They are, Malik replied. Time slowed. Malik heard his own breathing. Too loud. Too fast. Step outside, the taller officer said again. Firmer now. Malik looked past them. At the exit. At the daylight beyond the doors. He thought about Marcus. About buried reports. About silence dressed up as policy. He thought about how easy it would be to disappear. No, Malik said quietly. Harlan exhaled like he was disappointed. This is exactly what we were afraid of. The shorter officer spoke into his radio. Low. Controlled. Malik's heart pounded. You're proving my point. Sir, the taller officer said. Last chance. Malik swallowed. His mouth was dry. What happens if I say no? He asked. The officer met his eyes. Then we make decisions for you. That was the threat. Clean. Simple. Behind the glass, Jenna stood frozen. Her hand covered her mouth. Malik closed his eyes for half a second. Then opened them. Okay, he said. The officers relaxed just a bit. I'll step outside, Malik said. But I'm recording. Harlan's smile vanished. Malik pulled out his phone. Hit record. The red light blinked on. The taller officer nodded once. That's your right. They turned toward the doors. As Malik took his first step forward, pain shot up his leg. He stumbled. The officer's hand moved. Careful, he said. Malik steadied himself. I am. The doors opened. Cool air rushed in. Malik crossed the threshold and realized once he stepped outside, he might not be allowed back in. The sidewalk outside the building felt unreal. Too bright. Too open. Malik stood between the two officers as people passed by without slowing. Cars moved. Life kept going. That made it worse. Stay here, the taller officer said. Malik leaned against the cool brick wall. His legs shook. He focused on breathing. You don't need to do this, Malik said. There's no danger. The shorter officer nodded. We're almost done. Almost done had never meant what it promised. One officer stepped aside to make a call. The other stayed close. Too close. Malik's phone vibrated in his hand. He glanced down. Jenna, I saw everything. I'm outside. Malik looked up. Across the street, Jenna stood near a bus stop. Her arms were folded tight across her chest. Her face was pale, but she didn't look away. Malik lifted his phone slightly. She nodded. The taller officer returned. We're just waiting on confirmation. From who? Malik asked. From your employer, the officer said. Malik laughed softly. So they get to decide if I'm okay? The officer didn't answer. A black sedan pulled up and parked near the curb. A woman stepped out. Late 30s. Sharp blazer. A camera bag over her shoulder. She looked at Malik. Then at the officers. Then she crossed the street. Excuse me, she said. Is everything all right here? The taller officer straightened. Ma'am, this is a private matter. The woman smiled politely. I'm press. She held up her badge. Malik's chest tightened. Hope and fear tangled together. We've had reports, the officer said. We're handling it. Reports from where? The woman asked. From his workplace, the officer said. The woman's eyes flicked to Malik's leg brace. Then back. Sir, she said to Malik, do you consent to speaking with me? Malik hesitated. The officer watched him closely. Yes, Malik said. I do. The woman nodded. Can you confirm whether you requested police presence? No, Malik said. They called after I filed a discrimination report. The taller officer stiffened. Ma'am, I'm just asking questions, she said calmly. That's my job. Jenna crossed the street now. She stood beside Malik. Close enough to touch. I work there, Jenna said. Her voice shook, but she kept going. This didn't start today. The officer looked at her. Ma'am, you should step back. No, Jenna said. I'm a witness. That word hung in the air. The woman with the camera raised an eyebrow. A witness to what? To harassment, Jenna said. To retaliation. Malik looked at her. You don't have to. Yes, Jenna said. I do. The taller officer stepped back slightly. The situation was shifting. He felt it. So did Malik. A man across the street had stopped walking. He pulled out his phone. Then another. The woman turned on her recorder. Sir, she said to Malik, can you describe what happened inside? Malik swallowed. His heart pounded. This was the moment. The one he hadn't planned for. They called me slow, Malik said. After approving my medical accommodation. The officer interjected. That's an employment issue. And then they called you, Malik said louder now. When I didn't back down. The woman nodded. Do you feel threatened right now? Malik looked at the officers. At their hands. At their belts. Yes, he said. Silence followed. The taller officer exhaled slowly. Sir, we're just doing our job. So am I, the woman said. A car horn blared nearby. The sound snapped the moment apart. The shorter officer spoke quietly into his radio. Then nodded. We're clearing, he said. No further action. Malik felt his knees weaken. Relief hit him fast. Too fast. The taller officer turned to Malik. Take care of yourself, he said. Malik didn't reply. The officers walked away. Their backs straight. Their pace calm. Jenna let out a shaky breath. I thought they were going to. I know, Malik said. The woman lowered her recorder. I'm Dana, she said. Local news. Malik nodded. Malik, I'm going to follow this, Dana said. If you're willing. Malik looked back at the building. Glass walls. Reflections. Harlan's office somewhere inside. Yes, Malik said. I am. Dana handed him a card. They rely on silence, she said. Witnesses break that. Malik nodded. His phone buzzed again. Email. HR operations. Subject clarification. He opened it. Effective immediately, your leave status is under review pending further information. Malik laughed. A short, bitter sound. They're scared, Jenna said. Malik looked at her. They should be. Dana's phone buzzed too. She glanced at it. Her expression changed. Interesting, she said. What? Malik asked. I just got tipped, Dana said. This isn't the first time they've called police on an employee. Malik's chest tightened. Who else? Dana met his eyes. 3 people. Same manager. The sidewalk felt different now. Less empty. Malik closed his eyes for a moment. When he opened them, his hands were steady. Then let's talk, he said. Dana smiled slightly. Let's. Behind them, through the glass, Malik saw Harlan watching. This time, he wasn't smiling. The first headline didn't use Malik's name. Employees allege pattern of retaliation at Midtown firm. Malik read it twice on his phone while sitting at his kitchen table. Morning light cut across the floor. His leg throbbed dull and steady. He welcomed the pain. It kept him grounded. Dana's voice echoed in his head from the night before. Once it's public, they lose control. His phone buzzed again. Dana. Second piece drops at noon. This one name's management. Malik exhaled slowly. At 9:14 a.m., his email exploded. HR legal. Executive operations. Subject line stacked like warnings. Request for meeting clarification needed urgent. He didn't answer. Instead, he scrolled. Comments under the article. Hundreds already. This happened to my brother. Same company did this to my coworker. Why do they always call the police? Malik's chest tightened. The story was bigger than him now. At 10:02 a.m., his phone rang. Harlan. Malik stared at the name. Let it ring. Again. Again. Finally, Malik answered. Hello. Malik, Harlan said. His voice was different. Lighter. Controlled. We need to talk. We've been talking, Malik said. You just didn't like what I said. A pause. This has gone too far, Harlan said. Malik almost laughed. You called the police on me. We were concerned, Harlan said. You were exposed, Malik replied. Harlan's voice hardened. You're damaging the company. You damaged it, Malik said. I documented it. Another pause. Longer this time. Legal wants to resolve this, Harlan said. Quietly. There it was. What does quietly mean? Malik asked. Reinstatement, Harlan said. Back pay. A severance option. And my record? Malik asked. Harlan hesitated. We can adjust language. Malik closed his eyes. He pictured conference room B. The security guard. The word tone. No, Malik said. Harlan's breath sharpened. You're making a mistake. No, Malik said again. I'm making a choice. He hung up. At noon, the second article went live. This time, Malik's name was there. So was Harlan's. And a line that made Malik's hands shake. Records show 3 prior wellness checks requested by the same manager after internal complaints. Dana called seconds later. It's spreading, she said. Regional outlets picked it up. Malik leaned back in his chair. What happens now? They deny, Dana said. Then they fold. At 1:30 p.m., Jenna showed up at Malik's apartment. She looked exhausted. Determined. I gave a statement, she said. Malik stared at her. Are you sure? They retaliated against you, Jenna said. They don't get my silence too. She handed him a printed email. Subject, administrative leave Jenna Ruiz. Malik's stomach dropped. They did this because of me. Jenna shook her head. They did this because of them. At 2:17 p.m., Malik's phone buzzed again. HR operations. Please attend a mandatory meeting tomorrow. Executive leadership present. Executive. Malik felt the weight of it settle in. At 3 p.m., Dana called back. Her voice tight. I need to tell you something before you hear it elsewhere, she said. What? Malik asked. One of the previous employees, Dana said. Marcus. Malik sat up. The one HR buried? Yes, Dana said. He filed a lawsuit. Settled. NDA. Malik's jaw clenched. So they knew. They always knew, Dana said. Outside, sirens wailed in the distance. Malik watched shadows move across the wall. They're going to offer you a deal, Dana said. Big one. I know, Malik said. And if you don't take it, she added, they'll try to discredit you. Malik thought of his sister. His job. His leg. His sleep already gone. What do you want to do? Dana asked. Malik stood slowly. Pain flared. He breathed through it. I want the truth on record, Malik said. No NDA. Dana exhaled. That scares them. That's the point, Malik said. At 6:45 p.m., Malik received one last email. From Corporate Legal. Subject, Resolution Proposal. He opened it. Money. Numbers. Silence. At the bottom, one line stood out. Acceptance requires a full confidentiality agreement. Malik closed the laptop. His phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. I was the second one. I'll talk if you do. Malik stared at the message. Then another came in. So was I. Malik felt something shift. Fear loosened its grip. Just a little. He looked out the window. The city lights blinked on one by one. Tomorrow, he would sit across from executives who thought this could be managed. Controlled. Buried. Malik picked up his phone and typed back. I'm not settling. He sent it. And for the first time since this started, Malik wasn't reacting anymore. He was deciding. Malik didn't sleep the night before the meeting. He lay on his couch, leg elevated, staring at the ceiling as shadows crawled across it. Every time he closed his eyes, his chest tightened. His body stayed alert, like it was waiting for something bad to happen. Because it was. At 5:40 a.m., his sister called. You don't sound okay, she said. I'm fine, Malik said. She was quiet for a moment. You always say that when you're not. Malik swallowed. I don't know how to stop. By the time he arrived at the building, his hands were shaking. He noticed it and hated himself for noticing. The conference room was bigger than the last one. Longer table. Softer chairs. A different kind of power. 5 people waited inside. 2 executives. 1 lawyer. Angela from HR. And Harlan. Harlan didn't look at Malik. Thank you for coming, one of the executives said. Her voice was calm. Practiced. We want to resolve this respectfully. Malik sat down slowly. Pain shot through his leg. He kept his face still. "Before we begin," Malik said, "is this meeting being recorded?" The lawyer smiled. "For internal purposes." Malik nodded. "Good." The executive folded her hands. "This has been stressful for everyone." Malik almost laughed. "We acknowledge mistakes were made," she continued. "But we want to move forward." "By doing what?" Malik asked. "By offering a resolution," the lawyer said. "Compensation. A clean exit." "A clean exit for who?" Malik asked. "For you," the executive said gently. Malik leaned back. His heart pounded. "So the cost of speaking up," Malik said, "is my job." Harlan finally looked at him. "That's not fair." Malik turned to him. "Neither was calling the police." Harlan looked away. "We're offering more than most companies would," the lawyer said. "And asking for silence," Malik replied. The executive sighed. "This isn't personal." Malik felt heat rise in his chest. "It was personal when my body became a problem." Angela shifted in her seat. "Malik, we care about your well-being." "No," Malik said. "You care about liability." Silence fell heavy. The lawyer slid a folder across the table. "This is a generous settlement." Malik didn't open it. "What happens to Jenna?" Malik asked. The executive hesitated. "Her situation is separate." "Because she witnessed," Malik said. The executive didn't answer. Malik felt the weight of it press down on him. The truth. The fear. The knowledge that this would follow him. "What happens if I say no?" Malik asked. The lawyer's smile faded. "Then this becomes adversarial." Malik nodded slowly. "So be it." The executive's voice softened. "You've been through a lot." Malik laughed quietly. "You have no idea." His phone buzzed in his pocket. He ignored it. "I can't do this," Malik said. "Not like this." The executive closed the folder. "Then we're at an impasse." Malik stood. Pain flared. He steadied himself on the table. "This cost me sleep," Malik said. "It cost me safety. It cost me trust." He looked at Harlan. "It cost you control." Harlan's jaw tightened. Malik turned to the executives. "I'm not the problem you need to remove." He walked out. In the hallway, his legs gave out. He leaned against the wall, breathing hard. Jenna waited near the elevators. Her eyes widened when she saw him. "Did you?" she started. "I said no," Malik said. Jenna exhaled shakily. "Me too." They stood there, two people holding up more than they should have to. Outside, the air felt cold. "Clean," Dana called as Malik stepped onto the sidewalk. "They're scrambling," she said. "They didn't expect this." Malik closed his eyes. "I don't feel strong." "That's because strength looks like survival," Dana said. Malik's phone buzzed again. A message from his sister. "Proud of you. No matter what." His chest tightened. That night, Malik sat alone in his apartment. His leg ached. His head throbbed. Fear pressed in from all sides. But something else was there too. Resolve. The cost was real. Heavy. Permanent. But silence would have cost more. As Malik turned off the lights, his phone buzzed one last time. Email. Corporate legal. Subject. Notice of findings preliminary. He didn't open it. Not yet. Tomorrow would bring answers. And consequences. The courtroom was packed, but Malik didn't feel the eyes on him. He felt the weight of months pressing on his shoulders. Pain in his leg, the echoes of conference room B, the emails, the officers, Harlan's smirks, all of it. He stood straight, shoulders back, chest tight but steady. The judge called the room to order. "Malik Thompson versus Midtown Corporate," she said. Her voice crisp. Clear. Judicial. "We are here to address allegations of workplace discrimination, retaliation, and abuse of authority." Harlan sat at the defendant's table. Pale. His posture rigid. Angela beside him. Her eyes averted Malik's. Malik's attorney stood and began presenting the case. Every document, every timestamp, every email, every message from HR and legal, they laid it out cleanly. Malik listened, heart pounding. Each piece of evidence another hammer striking the wall of false narratives Harlan had tried to build. The videos. The phone recordings. Dana's footage from the sidewalk. Witness statements from Jenna and others. The judge asked Harlan to respond. "Your Honor," Harlan began, voice tight. "Our intention has always been to maintain operational standards and ensure workplace efficiency." Malik's attorney stood. "Your Honor, operational standards were weaponized against Mr. Thompson." His documented medical accommodations were ignored. He was called slow by management. The police were called as an intimidation tactic. Malik saw the slight twitch in Harlan's eye, his composure faltering. The judge leaned forward. Mr. Harlan, did you consider alternative ways to address performance issues before calling law enforcement? Harlan hesitated. We believed it was necessary to ensure safety and compliance. The judge's gaze sharpened. And did Mr. Thompson ever pose a threat to anyone? No, Your Honor, Angela whispered. Then why was this escalated? The judge asked, voice firm. Silence. Malik felt a quiet satisfaction, but it was tempered. Months of stress, humiliation, and fear had left marks. The final day of testimony came. Jenna described everything. Marcus's story corroborated the pattern. Dana presented footage. The evidence was clear, cinematic in its precision, unflinching but undeniable. The judge turned to Malik. Do you have anything to add? Malik's voice was steady. I want this to be a record. Not just for me. For anyone who will face this. For people whose voices are silenced because they fear retaliation. No one should be forced to fight for their right to exist at work. The courtroom was quiet. Harlan's shoulders slumped. The judge excused the jury. Malik's attorney whispered, This is it. The jury returned. The foreperson stood. We find in favor of the plaintiff. The courtroom erupted. Not Malik. He stayed calm. Let the moment settle. It wasn't about cheers. It was about justice. Harlan's face drained of color. Legal consequences, corporate accountability, and policy reforms would follow. His patterns could no longer hide behind silence. Outside, Malik and Jenna stood on the courthouse steps. Cameras flashed. Reporters shouted questions. Dana snapped pictures, capturing Malik's quiet victory. He felt the pain in his leg, the trauma of the last months, but also a strange lightness. It's over, Jenna said softly. For now, Malik replied. He thought about the cost. The sleepless nights. The anxiety. The fear. But also the voices who stood with him. The witnesses. The reporters. His sister. The people who chose to see and speak. Still standing, he said quietly to himself. And he was. Corporate policies would change. HR would face scrutiny. Harlan would face professional consequences. The institutional cracks were exposed. Malik didn't feel like a hero. He felt like a survivor. But sometimes that was enough. He looked at the city skyline. Lights twinkling. Streets bustling. Life moving forward. And he moved forward too. Not unscarred. Not untouched. But unbroken. Because justice, even delayed, had a sound. And it rang clearer than any silence. Malik Thompson was still standing. The story of being slow, of being targeted, of being underestimated had ended. Not with a whisper, but with a record, a victory, and the knowledge that courage mattered. He closed his eyes for a moment, breathed deep, and let the city fill his lungs. Still standing. And this time he would remain.